Hello guys, welcome back to our anime moments. Guys, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Today is explanation of Flame Emperor episode number 77 based on novel. So let's start. How could it be? Mu Feng looked at Xiao Yan's eyes and turned around to try. This thing. It seems that I really can't take it away, because I feel that it is alive and connected to this ground. Mu Feng also said after testing. Then don't touch it for now. Xiao Yan also pondered. Obviously this fish origin stone is a rare treasure, just the level of Dochi contained in the fish origin stone in front of him, even an ordinary 7-star Do Emperor would not succeed. Give more. Moreover, Xiao Yan also discovered that there seems to be a very strange power hidden in this fish source stone, as if it has spiritual wisdom. After trying many methods to get the fish source stone, and the fish source stone was still not moving, Xiao Yang also gave up. However, Xiao Yang and the others are also the kind of people who take advantage of their own interests and forget their righteousness. Since this thing cannot be taken, they will not take it without authorization. After all, there is only an unknown space here. If something is triggered, then Xiaoshuda's fat brothers and sisters disappeared without a trace. Why don't we chase after them? They must know something. In order to prevent us, they ran first. Mu Feng also smiled bitterly. Obviously, this is the home court of the Xianling royal family, and they have no way to point at the two of them. Wait a while. The three of them also stood up slowly, just about to catch up, Xiao Yang said. Before Xiao Yang could finish speaking, he walked to the edge of the passage and tapped on it viciously with both hands. Dong, dong, dong. A series of voices echoed throughout the passage. But after listening carefully, the sound of the percussion also lacked stamina, and it didn't take long for it to return to calm. It seems that the outside of this passage is hollow, which means we should have entered the 9-fish dragon formation of the Qian Muyu clan. Xiao Yang's eyes were also uncertain, and he said, "What is the 9 fishes playing the dragon formation?" Mu Yingying was also talking, apparently like a scholar who seeks knowledge. I should know why the brother and sister got rid of us in the first place. If I expected it right, this is just a channel for reception. So let's go out and talk about it first. Xiao Yang also laughed, obviously knowing something. Yeah. Mu Yingying and Mu Feng also responded, even if they were extremely puzzled, what the asterisk was going on. They had no choice but to suppress their doubts, and then started to hurry. Coming from the space teleportation formation in the underground palace also enters this unknown channel. This is a 5-meter wide channel, and its actual length is only a few kilometers away. Apart from this channel, the surrounding area is also tightly wrapped. Even the soul power of Emperor Xiao Yang's mortal level could not feel the things outside this passage, so he had to hurry. It's almost there. Xiao Yang also spoke. Obviously there was an extremely dazzling place in front of him, and that was the exit of this passage. It's finally out. Mu Feng also said with a smile. For some reason, since he just discovered the fish origin stone in that passage, Mu Feng has a vague sense of melancholy. Here? It's so weird. Mu Yingying also said, and then her eyes showed a very suspicious look. Sure enough, it's the 9 fishes playing the dragon. The three of Xiao Yang also came out of the passage, and the dazzling sun rays also shone under their feet. The next moment, just after they came out of the passage, the eyes of the three of them were invariably alert. Because what appeared in front of the three of them at this time was an extremely huge land. This land is very strange, like a giant basin. High all around, bottom in the middle. And some of the roads go down. The 9 fishes playing the dragon formation, taking Xiao Yang and the others out of the passageway as the highest point, and then spreading down, the feeling is like a pond. At this time, the place where Xiao Yang and the others were located was the top of the pond. Looking around, a huge basin with a circular depression appeared in front of the three of them. Is this the 9 fishes playing the dragon? Mu Feng also said, his voice full of shock. Just from this battle, I also feel that an extremely terrifying aura permeates. 1, 2, 9. Mu Yingying didn't hesitate, then raised her jade hand slightly and counted the places that were also at the highest point. There are 9 of them. The exit of the passage that Jutiao and Xiao Yang just passed through are exactly the same. Going out from the entrance, the 9 paths are also heading towards the bottom of the square like a natural road. That is Xiaoshuda's fat 2 brothers and sisters. At the next moment, Mu Feng's pupils shrank tightly, and then he saw the 2 who were with them just now on the opposite side of them. Ha ha, you guys are still a step late. Xiao Shou also held several different small stones in his hands, and then slowly pinched them and smiled at Xiao Yang, who was standing at a high place. Brother, don't worry about them, let's do business first. Da Fatty's voice also entered Xiao Shou's mind. Do the business first, then let the 3 people in the burning incense pavilion return without success. It's too naive to want to get our hands on the treasures of our Xianling royal family by defeating the twin ghost emperors. Xiao Shou also snorted coldly, and then ignored Xiao Yang, and the 3 of them picked up the small stone in his hand, facing the runaway from the passage behind him. Xiao Shou and Da Pang both had some very tiny stones in their hands, and then they also walked away, facing different passages. What are they doing? Mu Feng also murmured, then glanced at Mu Yingying. At this time, Mu Yingying's beautiful eyes slowly turned, and looking at the appearance, she was clearly looking at this somewhat strange square. I heard from Mr. Zhu Tilda the 9 fishes and dragons formation is a defensive formation, and the core of the formation is 9 stones. When this formation was at its peak, it was used by the 9 powerhouses of the Qianmuyu clan, and when the 9 joined forces, it was even closer to the powerhouses of Doxian. 9 stones, each of which is guarded by a strong man of the Qianmu fish clan. Only by collecting these 9 stones can we crack the 9 fishes playing dragon formation. The Emperor Xianling Pond should be in the center of the basin. I didn't expect that the Xianling Imperial family's protection of the Xianling Imperial Pond would be so severe. It seems that the value of this Xianling Imperial Pond cannot be underestimated. Xiao Yang also thought quickly. Mu Yingying, Mu Feng, you 2 come here. I know how to crack this place. Xiao Yang also smiled slowly. Huh? Mu Feng and Mu Yingying also asked a question at the same time, and then approached Xiao Yang. This way. Xiao Yang also attached to the ears of the 2 and said slowly. So. Okay. After Mu Yingying heard it, she also showed a look of thinking. Obviously, what Xiao Yang said just now was really absurd. Although it sounds incredible, but you can give it a try? Mu Feng also laughed, and then looking at the square, his eyes became hot. Let's go. Xiao Yang also whispered, and before he finished speaking, the 3 of them acted at the same time. It is astonishingly heading towards the bottom of that formation basin. When Xiao Yang was drinking at Mu Feng, he also discovered the strange stone in the hands of the 2 brothers and sisters Xiao Shou and Da Pang. In conjunction, the 2 brothers and sisters just came up from the bottom of the basin. Obviously, the stone was obtained from below, so they hurried to check. Then, when going down, following the path, Xiao Yang also remembered what Elder Zhu had instructed him before. Everyone who can enter the Xianling Emperor Pond can get a lot of benefits, but this Xianling Emperor Pond is full of many strange things. What you can get is completely different from the test you received when you entered the Xianling Emperor Pond. The so-called test means that it is a kind of experience, or the assessment of you by some powerhouses. 9 fish playing the dragon formation, this is a formation with extremely amazing defensive power. It was lucky enough to be captured by the Xianling Imperial family. I think they will also be arranged on the periphery of this Xianling Imperial Pond to test you. After all, no matter from the preciousness of this Xianling Emperor Pond is still worthy of using this 9 fishes playing dragon formation. Xiao Yang, you have to remember that in this 9 fish playing dragon formation, 9 fish appear together. Even me, I can't break its defense, so I can only outsmart it. The 9 fishes playing the dragon formation is a defensive formation. It is the most powerful with the common guardianship of the 9 powerhouses. When the 9 powerhouses come together, even the fighting immortal powerhouse cannot support it for long. However, the Xianling royal family obviously won't be able to open the 9 fish together, otherwise it would be a big deal, not to mention that the resources needed by the 9 fish are quite good, so the Xianling royal family will definitely not be like this. Maid. According to my estimation, at least the number of 5 fishes will open in this 9-fish play dragon formation. 9-fish play dragon formation, even if it is 5 fish, its power is far beyond what you can fight against. 5 fishes appear together, and their strength is comparable to that of a 5-star duty perfection level powerhouse. However, the 9 fishes playing the dragon array also has its own way of breaking it. The 9 fishes playing the dragon formation has 9 passages and 1 main battlefield. The 9 passages represent the habitat of 9 strong men, and each passage is guarded by strong men. What you have to do is to defeat or get the Guardian's approval. If you defeat or get the Guardian's approval, you will get a stone, and that stone is the key to opening the 9-fish playing dragon formation and entering the Flame Emperor Pond. As for the so-called main battlefield, it is also located in the center of the formation. You also need to take something from the main battlefield to deal with the 9 powerhouses. Elder Zhu's voice also slowly echoed in Xiao Yan's heart. Obviously, Zhu Lao had long expected that the Xianling royal family would not tell Xiao Yan and the others this information so easily, so Zhu Lao also told Xiao Yan long ago. The sad brothers and sisters Xiaoshou and Dafa were still having fun, thinking that Xiao Yang and the others did not know how to solve this formation, so they also left Xiao Yang and the others first, in order to collect the stones in the hands of the Guardians faster, and secondly, to make Xiao Yang and the others unaware of the flaws in this formation. Shabu Shabu. In just a few short breaths, the 3 of Xiao Yang also came to the bottom of the basin. What was somewhat unexpected to Xiao Yang was that the bottom of this basin was actually an open area with a length of several hundred meters. Nothing but that. The next moment, Xiao Yang's huge soul power also emerged instantly, and then he probed the ground hundreds of meters above the ground. It seems that something is covering up here. Xiao Yang also spoke slowly, and his eyes became extremely surprised. Because of the result of Xiao Yang's investigation just now, he felt that there seemed to be an invisible force blocking Xiao Yang's investigation. Just as Xiao Yang was about to start, Mu Feng, who was beside him, also hurriedly waved his hand, as if I was coming. This? Mu Feng also felt a little strange, so Mu Feng looked at Xiao Yang and found that Xiao Yang's eyes also had some meaning to be in a hurry, so he hurriedly moved. Yin-Yang gossip, the law of heaven and earth. Feian, open. Mu Feng's body was filled with a dark blue vindictive aura, and he also launched an offensive against the ground. The black azure light covered the ground, without letting go of any trace, and swept the ground stubbornly. As Mu Feng's power erupted, there were some strange changes in the center of the basin. Puff puff. Within a certain passage in the 9-fish opera dragon formation, Xiao Shou also spit out a mouthful of blood, and then said viciously, "Damn, they found out. But it's too late, we still have the upper hand. The 9-fish playing dragon formation has opened the 5 fishes. After we get the 3 fishes, you will be powerless. At that time, it is impossible for you to enter the Flame Emperor Pond." After Xiaoshou finished speaking, his eyes became solemn, and then his body filled with aura, as if he was engaged in a tense battle. In front of Xiaoshou, there is a terrifying figure. What's a little weird is that on the palms and soles of this illusory figure, the fingers and toes are connected by some weird things, and drop by drop of water keeps falling down from the figure. Humph. I didn't expect these 2 brothers and sisters Xiaoshou and Dafa to be so ruthless. It's fine if you don't tell us the secrets here, you actually hide this vital thing with a blindfold. Mu Feng's voice with a bit of anger also appeared. Fortunately Xiao Yang knew, otherwise this time. Mu Feng also said slowly, and then cast his eyes on the slowly appearing thing in front of him. With the conspicuousness of Mu Feng's yin-yang gossip technique, some abnormalities appeared on the ground. Boom boom boom. After Mu Feng covered the ground with black cyan vindictive energy, a large amount of white mist appeared in the center of the ground. With the appearance of the white mist, it seemed that there was something things just surfaced. This is 9 fish playing with the dragon formation. At the moment when the white mist dissipated, Xiao Yang was also surprised. When Mu Yingying and Mu Feng heard the words, their eyes widened and they stared at the mysterious thing floating in the air in front of them. Looking up, the first thing that catches the eye is a circular tray with several palms. The tray is golden, revealing a noble atmosphere invisibly. Looking along the round golden tray, it is a lifelike silver dragon. The silver dragon is about several feet in size. On the dragon's body, the extremely dazzling silver dragon scales, coupled with the fierce and very realistic dragon claws and the imposing dragon tail, the fierce dragon's eyes reveal an invisible force. An extremely ferocious aura, a terrifying coercion also emanated from it. That's... After Mu Yingying looked at the round golden tray, she also discovered something she had forgotten. Around the silver dragon sitting on the round golden tray, there are many lifelike fish swimming slowly. The fish was swimming quite briskly, like a living creature. But the strange thing is that the fish's eyes were dull and dull, as if something was missing. 1. 7. 7 fish. It seems to be right. Xiao Yan also laughed. 7. Could it be? After Mu Yingying looked at the silver dragon with 7 fish rings in front of her, she added the stones in the hands of Xiaoshou and Diepang and some things hidden by them, as if she was thinking of something, and murmured. The 7 fishes slowly swam around the silver dragon. I don't know what power they used to swim, but the only thing Xiao Yang knew was that once the 7 fish ring silver dragon really woke up, even if it was a now with the 3 of them, I'm afraid they can't handle it. There are 7 fish around the silver dragon, and one is located at the pupil of the silver dragon, exuding an extremely huge aura. According to Xiao Yang's guess, this fish should be the most tyrannical being among the 9 fish. Taking a closer look, it is not difficult to find that no matter how the 7 fish swim, they all surround the silver dragon, and they all maintain a formation, as if they were born with or are one with the silver dragon. But surprisingly, the 2 fish at the tail of the dragon at the bottom of the silver dragon also disappeared without a trace. No need to know, it should have been taken away by Na Xiaoshou and Da Fatang. According to Zhu Lao, only with the help of the power of this fish, it is possible to go to the passage to wake up the guardian to challenge, otherwise, no matter what methods are used, it is impossible to break through this formation. The fish at the head of the dragon should be the most powerful. The lower it is, the weaker it is. You should choose first, otherwise we will run out of time. Once Xiaoshou and Diepang are the first to break through the guardian, it will also cause us a lot of pressure. After all, this 9 fishes playing the dragon formation, in the final analysis, relies on the power of the silver dragon in front of him to take the lead in breaking through the guardian, and will undoubtedly gain more control. Xiao Yang's voice also said slowly. Yeah. Mu Yingying and Mu Feng also responded at the same time. Both of them knew that this matter was no trivial matter, and they didn't dare to neglect it. I choose this. Mu Yingying was also the first to speak, then raised her jade hand slightly and pointed at one of the 7 fish. Xiao Yang followed Mu Yingying's fingers and saw that it was a fish with 5-color gold patterns, which looked like a triangle, and the head and tail of the fish were quite matched. Although he didn't know Mu Yingying's plan, the 5-colored gold-patterned fish was among the remaining 7 fish at this time, and from this day alone, it could be considered to be in the middle. What about you, Mu Feng? Xiao Yang also said. I choose this. Xiao Yang's voice just fell, and Mu Feng's voice echoed around Xiao Yang. What Mu Feng chose was a 4-color golden fish, and its aura was quite terrifying. Xiao Yang, what about you? Mu Yingying had a plan in her heart, but she didn't see Xiao Yang's instructions for a long time, so she immediately asked. My words. I want to try the 9-pattern goldfish that is above the first place. Xiao Yang's voice was not loud, but it spread out in the basin. Impossible. That 9-pattern goldfish is definitely the most powerful guardian of this 9-fish play dragon formation. Just from the breath on it, I can sense a strength that is not inferior to the 8-star fighting emperor level. As your fellow senior sister, I don't allow you to do this. Xiao Yang had just finished speaking, and Mu Yingying bit her lip slightly, and spoke with a rare stubbornness in her voice. Don't worry, I have my own plans, and I won't force it. Xiao Yang was also baffled by Mu Yingying's sudden concern, but immediately, in order not to worry the two, he slowly said. That 9-pattern goldfish is the most powerful guardian of this 9-fish play dragon formation. You really? Mu Feng also spoke with some difficulty. Because from getting along with Xiao Yang, Mu Feng also knew that this Xiao Yang looked extremely gentle, but the arrogance radiating from his bones could not be concealed. Such people will become great in the future. Mu Feng was also shocked in his heart, but Mu Feng did not choose a strong guardian to challenge like Xiao Yan. After all, Mu Feng is also aware of his current state. If he is forced to be strong, it will also have great harm to his future path. No. Facing Xiao Yan's comfort, Mu Yingying did not waver at all. I have more than 50% confidence, and I still have an immortal body. If I don't succeed at that time, I can do it all by retreating. Xiao Yang looked at Mu Yingying's concern, and it was inexplicable, but Xiao Yang, however, it was unexpected that Xiao Yang's careless care for Mu Yingying these days made this pure Mu Yingying feel more emotional than her classmates towards Xiao Yang. It's almost too late, so it's settled. Only by defeating the 9-pattern goldfish guardian can we gain control of the 9-fish dragon formation. And I'm also worried that the Xianling royal family will secretly give something to the two brothers and sisters Xiaoshou and Da Fatang. There is only this way. Xiao Yang also interrupted Mu Yingying, who was just about to speak out. You. Mu Yingying was also angry. She kindly didn't allow Xiao Yang to do such a dangerous thing. This Xiao Yang was good, she wanted to go. At this time, Mu Yingying was also a little bit petulant in her heart. Go? With a plan, Xiao Yang no longer hesitated, and then a milky white grudge went towards the tray of the silver dragon with 7 fish rings. I just came into contact with the silver dragon with 7 fish rings, and the milky white battle chi is 3, and then I go to the top of the silver dragon's head and 3 positions on the abdomen. The next moment, 3 fish with various colors also slowly appeared in Xiao Yang's hands. Breakthrough. Just touching this 9-pattern goldfish tilde, this cold feeling permeates the whole body. Xiao Yang couldn't help but shiver. Mu Yingying also held the 5-striped goldfish in her hand, and the next moment she felt the cold power emanating from the 5-striped goldfish. Her face paled slightly, and blue flames slowly appeared all over her body. The appearance of the flames made Mu Yingying's complexion a little better. Mu Feng was holding the 4-pattern goldfish, which was the same experience as Xiao Yang and the others. The dark blue light from his whole body shone brightly, barely suppressing the spreading cold aura. As Xiao Yang took the 9-pattern goldfish, Mu Yingying took the 5-pattern goldfish, and Mu Feng took the 4-pattern goldfish. The silver dragon on the tray at this time was also tightly surrounded by 4 remaining fish. The silver dragon also exudes a terrifying aura, but it seems as if he is covered in dust and refuses to wake up. Now that you've decided, let's go. If we lose, then we will spend time. Any one of us who breaks through the guardian will help you. Xiao Yang also said slowly. Obviously this sentence was for the 2 of them. Let's go. The 3 of them also knew that it took a lot of time. After getting the fish, they didn't stop there too much. Instead, they flew out of the basin of the 9-fish opera dragon formation in an instant and came to the commanding heights. Then they each headed towards one channel. This moment is the real time to race against time. The 3 of them also came to the exit of the 9 passages, then looked at each other, and immediately chose 1 passage a day to go away. Because there is a fish origin stone in the passage every day. The Yuyuan stone and the 9-pattern goldfish in his hand are enough to open the way of selection. The Yuyuan stone is like a purgatory in which guardians are imprisoned, and the 9-pattern goldfish in his hand is the key. The power contained in the fish source stone in each channel is very large, and the amount of power released is related to the goldfish taken away. Xiao Yang holds this 9-pattern goldfish in his hand, which will undoubtedly be the most powerful one. Master, is this 9-pattern goldfish really sure? Xiao Yang stepped into a passage and immediately asked in his own body. According to Xiao Yang's own estimation, he should have the power to fight against the 6-pattern goldfish or the 7-pattern goldfish, but this is the most powerful 9-pattern goldfish. To be honest, even if Xiao Yang has an immortal body and a huge body, Xiao Yang's soul power and the power of strange fire, Xiao Yang has no certainty at all, but just now his master Jin Longwang also spoke, which obviously has the method and reason of the master. Outsiders only know that there are 9 supreme powers from the Qianmuyu clan, but they have nothing of their names or something more important. Do you know why the Qianmuyu clan fell? The Golden Dragon King's soul body also slowly appeared in Xiao Yang's body, and then laughed. I don't know. Xiao Yang also shook his head while rushing on his way. I know a little vaguely, because once the Qianmuyu clan and the Xianling royal family were enemies in the world. The voice of the Golden Dragon King also appeared slowly in the silent passage. The enemy of the world? As soon as the words of his master, the Golden Dragon King, fell, Xiao Yan opened his mouth wide in surprise, looking inconceivable. The enemy of the world? Impossible. There is no ocean in Xiansan Santian, so how could the Qianmuyu clan be the enemies of the Xianling royal family? Xiao Yang also wondered. Ha ha, do you still remember the underground palace of the Xianling royal family? The Golden Dragon King also laughed. Underground palace. Xiao Yang did remember something when he heard this. It seems that Xiao Yang felt an extremely damp feeling when he entered the first floor of the underground palace. That feeling is like being in the ocean thousands of meters deep. Because only after years of soaking in water can such a humid environment be formed. This Xianling royal family is ruthless. Back then, there was an underground river in the middle of Xiantian-san, called Changshui. The Changshui Sea undulates and spreads over a distance of hundreds of miles in the middle of Swantianshan, and Qianmuyu also lives in it. The Qianmuyu family has always advocated peace, so they rarely fight with people. However, it is strange to say that this long water and sea inhabits and lurks underground. It is a veritable underground river. I remember that the founder of the Xianling royal family had just arrived in the middle of the Xiantian Santian. I don't know why there was a conflict with the Qianmuyu clan. After trying to compete for the mountains with the strong qi of the 9 emperors, he came to the Xianling royal family to open the door. Zhongli faction. However, at that time, the existence of this sea of water was discovered, and the founder of the Xianling royal family summoned many powerful people to slaughter the sea. That battle was fought under the ground, and it was dark and dark. Even now, only a few people know about it. In the ocean with hundreds of miles of water and sea, all the creatures in the ocean were killed by the powerhouses of the Xianling royal family. In the end, the 9 most powerful Qianmuyu who lived in the Changshui Sea did not hesitate to sacrifice their lives to display the 9 fishes playing the dragon array, which severely damaged the founder of the Xianling royal family. After eradicating the creatures living in the Changshui Sea, the Xianling royal family invited the great power to fill the Changshui Sea with soil, and then spent decades building this huge underground palace. After killing all the aquatic creatures in the Changshui Sea, the Xianling royal family also gained a huge amount of wealth, and the wealth comes from the creatures in the Changshui Sea. It is no exaggeration to say that the Xianling royal family can have its current scale and huge formation, and it is inseparable from the huge wealth of the Qianmuyu family. The voice of the Golden Dragon King also said slowly. This Xianling royal family is really terrifying. Xiao Yang also shook his head. From what he knew, the Xianling royal family seemed to be secretly planning something. Because the relationship between the Xianling royal family and their incense pavilion is also like water and fire, plus the Medusa family is pressing step by step, the Xianling royal family seems to have a big move. Although this Xianling royal family is extremely vicious, it is better than he has enough strength to shock those who have evil intentions, so even if most people know what the Xianling royal family is doing, they can only turn a blind eye. One eye, after all, no one wants to die. The Golden Dragon King also said. In the end, you still need strength. Xiao Yang also shook his head, but he didn't feel discouraged. The Xianling royal family would settle accounts with them sooner or later. Not for anything else, just because the Xianling royal family once ambushed their teacher Zhu Lao. It's here. Xiao Yang also murmured. The next moment, Xiao Yang also squatted down and stared at the irregular fish source stone. The Yuyuan stone is located in the center of the passage, and it is very hard. No matter how magical Xiao Yang is, it will not move at all. When Xiao Yang squatted down, the 9-pattern goldfish in Xiao Yang's hand was also very close to the fish origin stone, and the 9-pattern goldfish also emitted a burst of silver light. How do I open it? Xiao Yang also found out that this fish source stone had some connection with the 9-pattern goldfish in his hand after looking at it but it couldn't be opened no matter what, and it was sinking immediately. Sound. This is simple. You pour vindictive energy into the 9-pattern goldfish, and then attached the 9-pattern goldfish to the top of the fish source stone. The Golden Dragon King also said, "Yeah." Xiao Yan responded, and then the milky white flame vindictive energy poured into the 9-pattern goldfish. Bang bang bang. As the 9-pattern goldfish was filled with Xiao Yan's milky white flame fighting chi, a breath like a sleeping giant dragon slowly emanated from the 9-pattern goldfish. Go! Xiao Yan also held down the 9-pattern goldfish, exuding an extremely large breath in his hand, and then slowly walked towards the fish origin stone on the ground. The 9-pattern goldfish and the fish source stone just came into contact with each other, and they immediately emitted a very dazzling light. Then the next moment, the 9-pattern goldfish seemed to come alive, swimming happily towards the fish source stone. When the 9-pattern goldfish was facing the Yuyuan stone, a huge breath on the Yuyuan stone also slowly fell off, and then a figure was formed in front of Xiao Yan. The figure's straight figure set off his unique long black hair, but on the palms and soles of his feet, there seemed to be something connecting his fingers and toes. What's even more bizarre is that the pupil of this figure, he has eyes like fish. It is even exactly the same as the fish pupil that is lacking on the 9-striped goldfish. The 9-pattern goldfish and the fish source stone continuously exuded enormous power, and then their power was slowly injected into the figure in front of them. Xiao Yan was not surprised by this either. After all, this was the most powerful person in the Qianmuyu clan, so he just sat down with his legs crossed and waited. The light of the 9-pattern goldfish and the fish source stone lasted for a cup of tea, and then dimmed. The figure in front of Xiao Yan also became extremely solid, like a living thing. However, it is strange to say that since the moment the figure appeared, Xiao Yan only saw the figure for a short time, and the pupils of the figure were exactly the same as those of the fish, and then the figure also closed its pupils, absorbing the 9-striped goldfish and Yuyuan. The power of stone. Boom boom boom. After the 9-pattern goldfish and the fish source stone lost their luster and became dull, the figure in front of him suddenly opened his eyes, and then a terrifying aura instantly filled the passage. Who is the intruder? A voice with a huge coercion also echoed in the passage, and it didn't go away for a long time. One was wearing blue clothes, with black hair entrenched, and with a very delicate face. He looked like a scholar. To be such a refined person made Xiao Yan feel a sense of fear. It's really terrifying pressure. Xiao Yan also thought for a while, then suddenly opened his eyes. Junior Xiao Yan, come here to borrow the formation stone. Xiao Yan also said slowly. The so-called formation stone is naturally the key to opening the 9 fishes dragon formation. Other formation stones. Then defeat me first. The figure also said slowly, and at the same time, an unprecedented terrifying aura also permeated. The 8-star Do DS perfection level strength is on full display. Grandmas, don't wait for such a fool. Originally Xiao Yan was still staring at the figure in front of him aggressively, but the next moment the figure emanated from the figure was also extremely large. 8-star Do D level powerhouse. Xiao Yan also looked at the guardian in front of him, and then swallowed hard. Ha ha, you afraid of this? Just as Xiao Yan cursed in his heart, the voice of his master, the Golden Dragon King, rang out slowly. Master, don't play with me. This is an 8-star powerhouse. Don't you make me no different from sending me to death. At the beginning, I killed the twin ghost emperor because he had less than 1 ghost chi, and he also had the help of the mysterious power of the Soul Eater talisman. Otherwise, it would not have been so smooth. Xiao Yan also raised his hand helplessly. Don't worry, there is me, just remember to adapt accordingly. Although I don't know the battle between the Xianling royal family and the Qianmuyu clan at the beginning, but thinking about the Qianmuyu clan's hatred for the Xianling royal family, terror is also deep in the soul. It's inevitable. The Golden Dragon King Zhong also stood aside, and then slowly stared at the guardian. Although he didn't know why, the Golden Dragon King could always feel a hostile aura from this figure. My name is Yushuan, and I am the last patriarch of the Qianmuyu clan. The young man in front of him also said slowly. After Yu Xian finished speaking, his body was filled with clumps of water, and then the water droplets kept dripping into the passage. Not good. It can't be like this. Xiao Yan also found that Yu Xian's strength was extremely terrifying, and even the residual strength of the fallen body was far from what he could fight against at this time. The Qianmuyu clan is very suitable for fighting in water or a humid environment. If this Yushuan makes the entire passage wet, then Xiao Yang's situation is also extremely bad. It seems that I can only outsmart it. Xiao Yang murmured, and then rolled his eyes at his master, the Golden Dragon King, and then milky white flames appeared all over his body. As Xiao Yang's milky white flames emerged, the damp moisture in the entire passage was instantly evaporated, and even the temperature in the passage rose a lot, but for Xiao Yang, who was attacked by fire, it was not the case. Didn't care. On the other side of Yu Xian, the moment Xiao Yang's body was covered in milky white flames, his eyes like fish pupils shrank tightly, and then his forehead shook violently, as if thinking of something extremely terrifying. The next moment, with water all over his body, he made a fist with one hand and attacked Xiao Yang. The strength of the attack is strong, and at the same time, Yu Xian is also mixed with a very large hostile energy. Who are you? Who are you? What's your relationship with the Xianling royal family? Say. Otherwise. Death. Yu Xian roared frantically while attacking Xiao Yang. Even Xiao Yang felt it for the first time. Just when Xiao Yang released his milky white flame fighting chi, Yu Xian experienced a series of changes. The power of fire. Still such a terrifying flame power. This is obviously the same way as the group of people who destroyed their Qianmu fish clan at the beginning. The flames that group of people used were also terrifying on the spot. Therefore, Yu Xian is also extremely angry. Damn it! Xiao Yang had just summoned his milky white flame do qi to surround his body when he realized that Yu Xian was attacking him like he was going crazy. Vindictive defense. The distance between the two was only a few tens of meters, and they could attack Xiao Yang in a few seconds. Damn it! This should not be able to support Yu Xian's attack. Even if Xiao Yang mobilized a large amount of the power of strange fire to defend himself in a short period of time, immediately after feeling that Yu Xian's attack, he was secretly shaken. Shaking his head the next moment, Xiao Yang's dark brown pupils also flashed a ray of brilliance. This Yushuan is the last patriarch of the Qianmuyu clan, and he doesn't share the hatred of the Fu clan, so this is normal. The Golden Dragon King also said slowly, and then the next moment, he also looked at the two who were fighting. Yu Xian's attack came in an instant, hitting Xiao Yang heavily. I saw Yu Xian attacking with one hand into Xiao Yang's chest, and Xiao Yang's body instantly filled with blood, and then strangely, there was no trace of blood flowing out. People from the Xianling royal family. Death. Yu Xian also said angrily, and then his pupils became extremely red, like a wild wolf. Bang bang bang. The next moment, Xiao Yang, who was attacked by Yu Xian, instantly turned into a puff of white smoke and disappeared. In another place, Xiao Yang coughed violently, and then slowly stared at Yu Xian. Damn it! This Yu Xian is insane, he just met with such a deadly hand. Xiao Yang had just cultivated an avatar using the avatar technique that had been stored in his soul realm. Although the main body did not suffer any damage, Xiao Yang also felt the seemingly simple attack from Yu Xian just now. In fact, if it was replaced by Xiao Yang's main body, then there would only be one fate. Seriously injured. This 8-star Do D perfection level powerhouse is so terrifying. This video will end here.